So the Rows go down to the Lunar Owls in a very chippy, very competitive, tensions are high, trash.
Did you see Angel Reese just completely lose control in that unrivaled league game against Napheesa Collier? Everyone's talking about how she got a double-double with 17 points and 10 rebounds, but what they're not telling you is she had 7 turnovers in that same game, while trying to bulldoze through Collier like there was no tomorrow.
So Angel Reese goes and runs into the foul. How that's not a foul is beyond me, by the way.
The craziest part? While Reese was out there playing like a demolition derby, Collier stayed cool as ice and put on a clinic: 16 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. No wonder the Lunar Owls took the 66-56 win. And that hoodie who moment Collier hit Reese with? It's blowing up online right now.
Rose unfortunately lost to the Lunar Owls. Unfortunately, not for me. It's Hootie Who all day over here, baby. Hootie who are you? Go back and do what you do. Whatever the case may be.
Did you see how Angel Reese tried to literally run through Napheesa Collier like she wasn't even there? That's not even basketball anymore. Reese came into this game fresh off special layup training with Lisa Leslie herself, who was trying to help her be more purposeful with her scoring attempts.
Angel Reese has definitely glowed up ever since Lisa Leslie has said, you know what, I'm going to work with you on your layups. I have been noticing in every game they have gotten more purposeful, less kind of like toss up and pray for the best.
But instead of showing off that refined skill, Reese turned the game into a demolition derby. Those 7 turnovers, say it all about her approach. She wasn't playing basketball, she was playing bulldozer. And maybe the most embarrassing moment? That attempted highlight play where she tried to throw the ball off the backboard to herself, only to hit the bottom of the backboard instead. Commentators called it a complete disaster, and fans were covering their eyes.
And of course, she does come away with yet another double-double. Now, with all these talks about, high people and scoring higher points, there is a reason for that in Unrivaled, and that is because you are not being guarded as much as you would in the WNBA.
Her physical play went way beyond aggressive basketball. It was outright reckless. She even threw an elbow to Napheesa Collier's face, and somehow, the refs completely missed it. The game was already getting chippy, but that non-call took the tension to another level. Meanwhile, instead of creating space, Reese kept creating contact, and her efficiency took a major hit.
Lunar Owl 66-56. Angel Reese had herself a nice game again. 17 points, 10 rebounds, 50%. Folks, double-double Angel Reese, 50% or more from the field. That's a solid game. 7 turnovers, that's not good.
Look, nobody's questioning Reese's raw talent or her ability to rack up stats. She did put up 17 points and 10 rebounds for a double-double. But if you look deeper, the flaws stand out. A 50% shooting percentage might seem solid, but almost all her shots were from point-blank range. For a player of her caliber, mostly taking close-range shots, that's seriously underperforming.
1 turnover right there. I believe there's an offensive foul. We lose the ball here, we lose the ball there. 7 turnovers in 21, let's say 28 minutes of basketball. That's nasty work.
What had to be even more frustrating for her coaches was her priorities on the court. After scoring, instead of hustling back on defense, Reese was more focused on taunting opponents. Those moments of showboating cost her team valuable transition defense opportunities, and the Owls took full advantage every time.
Just cooking up. Send Shakira Austin to the floor with that little elbow. Dirty? I wouldn't go that far. Unnecessary? Yeah, but this was a chippy game, folks.
Even with Lisa Leslie's mentorship on finishing techniques, Reese seemed more focused on creating confrontation than making smart basketball plays. Every time she secured a rebound or scored, instead of building on that momentum, she wasted energy on unnecessary physical battles or celebrations, taking herself out of the flow of the game.
Seems like Shakira Austin and Angel Reese, they were going back and forth getting chippy all game. Hopefully that's something that's brewing into next. I like it. I can't lie, folks. I can't lie. This is unrivaled. It is what it is.
Those 7 turnovers weren't just random mistakes. They were momentum killers. Every time her team started to find a rhythm, another careless possession handed the ball right back to the Owls. That failed backboard pass wasn't just one bad play. It was symbolic of her entire approach, prioritizing flash over fundamentals, aggression over execution.
Angel Reese throwing a pass, looking for somebody deep, unfortunately clipping the bottom of the backboard, bottom of the rim area.
Her double-double might look impressive in the box score, but anyone who watched the game saw how those stats came at the expense of team success. Every point and rebound felt like it came with an asterisk, at what cost to the team's overall performance. By choosing physical dominance over basketball IQ, Reese ultimately sabotaged her own impressive stat line.
Angel Reese was on Napheesa Collier, giving her a bunch of frustrating bumps. And at the end of the game, the Lunar Owls does come away with the dub.
What happens when all that physicality crashes into a wall of pure composure? That's where Napheesa Collier enters the story. After taking an elbow to the face, something that would have sent most players into a rage, Collier didn't just keep her cool. She turned that moment into her personal turning point. While everyone expected her to lose it, she did the opposite. She elevated her game to another level entirely.
Collier, 16 points, 9 rebounds, 3 steals, 1 block, only 2 turnovers, taking care of the ball.
Did you notice how Collier never once tried to match Reese's aggressive style? That's basketball intelligence at its finest. Instead of trying to outmuscle or outshout her opponent, she let her game do all the talking. Her stat line says it all: 16 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. That's impact in every category that matters.
And I was seeing a lot of people posting about, oh, Napheesa, thinking she did anything after that first quarter. But she does. A bad game for Napheesa Collier was her scoring 16 points, which was the second most on her team.
The most telling stat? Collier committed just 2 turnovers the entire game. That's the difference between chaos and control. While her opponent was giving possessions away like free samples, Collier treated each one like gold. She knew exactly what was at stake and refused to let emotions derail her focus.